Welcome to NIMAK. You have just learned about one of our core products at the station before, the corresponding dosing, the gluing. So here we are now in the area of resistance welding, which the company NIMAK has been doing for over 60 years now. For today's demonstration, I brought our two main products that I want to show you. First, the robotic welding gun. On the left side here is the new universal gun, which is our welding gun for welding steel. It is relatively small, light, and also available in an ultralight version, meaning a total weight of less than 80 kilograms. This means a 100 kilogram payload robot is definitely sufficient here. For smaller welding tasks, we can use this clamp accordingly. As Mr. TÜNKERS already mentioned in his speech, it is also a classic local for local product. That means we also produce these pliers at TÜNKERS in China, at TÜNKERS in the USA, and at TÜNKERS in Brazil. So this is a pair of pliers that goes around the world and is produced locally by our factories there. Pure steel welding pliers. Hence on this side you can see our powerGUN, as the name suggests, very powerful. So this generation of welding guns is designed for aluminum welding. This means we have double transformers in some of these with up to 60 kiloamperes of welding current, and as you can easily see here, we also have the corresponding welding guns for aluminum welding feature integrated force sensors. Alright, and then there is the manual welding gun used by the worker. On the one hand, the hand welding guns, as I always say, the supposedly dead live longer. These are still used today, for example in Mercedes-Benz factories in India, in Malaysia and so on, where CKD vehicles, cars are welded together from the box. An almost identical quality to a robotic welding gun with adaptive control, with an integrated medium frequency transformer and so on, meaning weld spots in series production quality. Or the classic projection welding press, operator controlled, where the operator sets up a component, steps back, welds it and takes the part out again. As you can see from all the corresponding exhibits, we no longer find compressed air here. Everything is driven by servo-electric technology these days. To further enhance the core competence of the company NIMAK and increase value creation, we now produce all used core components ourselves. What does that mean? Starting with the corresponding welding transformer, which is now released as a core product in the Volkswagen Audi group and also at Mercedes-Benz and so on. Then there is the corresponding drive, the NIMAK drive, either as a so-called belt drive or as a linear motor. And last but not least, new in the product portfolio, the corresponding welding control, also the heart of every welding system, the corresponding medium frequency inverter, because nowadays there is really only medium frequency on the market. And now I would like to hand over to my colleague who can say a few more words about the NIMAK welding control. Thank you.
As you heard before, we've always done everything in-house, like the pliers, the transformers, and then the question arises, why don't we make our own welding inverter too? It's currently in the NIMAK welding lab and is already being thoroughly tested. So why did we do that? The idea behind it is simply to become a little more independent from other companies and to implement our own ideas, and also to address the issues we have with the existing welding inverters ourselves and maybe even improve them. Well, and this is now an 1800 amp welding inverter. Depending on the transformer ratio, it goes towards 50 to 60 kilo amperes. So it's already somewhat suitable for aluminum welding. However, we also have smaller versions with 600 and 900 amperes, which would be more suitable for steel welding. And as you can see here, it has a constant current regulation, which is very important for the welding quality. So that means you can set up a current curve to specify how long a current should be present, and then it regulates exactly to this current, right? And there's just some variance in it. As you know, sometimes maybe there are already small rust spots on the sheet metal or grease from pre-processing or other disturbances in the control that the controller has to eliminate. What I can add is we have a quality control analysis in there. This means that ultimately every weld ring is logged. How does the current flow? How does the voltage behave? How do force and pressure behave? And then it can be assessed. How good is the weld spot? Is it okay or not? This is important for the automotive customers because all the weld spots are crash relevant for the bodywork. And if one of them is not okay, the body has to be set aside so that it is not further processed. Otherwise, safety can no longer be guaranteed.